This week, it's for big team to most of them to share points. Of course, Chelsea and Manchester United works like twins. Of course, in midweek yesterday, but one, of course, they drew that game 1-1. That is Manchester United and Chelsea that we didn't talk about yesterday. But all in all, is a soccer, and for us, we know what it means. We expected actually Chelsea to win that game, but all in all, at the last minutes, of course, they lost that. But we say this is Premier League, and also we saw what happened between, of course, Crystal Palace game. Yeah, so this is Premier League. Is unpredictable for some teams. Then, of course, so today we shall start with Brentford, the Bees versus Arsenal, the Gunners. Now, this is the determinant for this Arsenal. If at all they want a trophy, I always keep talking, but some people say maybe you just don't like Arsenal. But I'm telling you, this title, if they fail to pull up, of course, a point today against actually Brentford, it will be a tough one for them to take actually this Premier League this very season. So they must take advantage and win this game if they want to remain, because there's a pressure coming behind from City, and of which if they make any slight mistake of losing a game today, it will be a tough one for them, of course, in the next match. And we know Brentford, of being a very stubborn team, don't underestimate this team called Brentford, and they're at home. These are the Bees. They sting anyone that comes their way. And of course, if you're to look at their last five, of course, games, they won 3, lost 2, and Arsenal, of course, having 4 win and 1 loss that they actually had against Manchester United. Still is there. So Arsenal is on good form. They beat Sunderland, of course, over the weekend. It was a good win for them. And of course, today will determine who goes with the 3 points. Now, this is Brentford and this is Arsenal. What we can go in these very 2 games, it is over 1.5. You see, Brentford is unpredictable. They can draw this game. The draw is possible, but also in this case of draw, Arsenal can as well take it. So for us to be safe, for us to go with over 1.5 is best for this match. I'm not going to trust Arsenal purely to take over 3 points or Brentford, because anything can happen in this game. For us as investors, over 1.5 is good for us. Then another derby game, of course, that we have, that is in Spain, Copa del Rey. It is Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Now, this game, it's going to be a very interesting game, another one. In fact, I love just the game for today. It's a very tough games. But if you're to look at Atletico Madrid in the last 5 games, of course, they drew 2, they won 2 and lost 1. And remember that this is Atletico that was defeated a few days ago by Real Betis. Real Betis humbled them 1-0. This is after again them even humble Real Betis. Now this is a team meeting Arsenal today, meeting rather Barcelona, not Arsenal. And of course, Barcelona in the last 5 games, they won all of them, 5 matches, and they're having a good actually games this time around. I'm very impressed with Barcelona current form. They're doing very well, but of course, in this game, I see Barcelona to win or to draw. Whether they're away, Barcelona got a upper hand of winning this game or drawing this game. So, as investor, X2, Barcelona to win or draw for us to be a little bit safe. I say today is a game that you need to be very careful with it. Then back to, we are going to Saudi Pro League, that is Damac versus Al-Taawoun. Now, if you have to look at this two teams. Damac sits on the 15th positions with a no win in the last 5 games, with only 2 draws and 3 losses. And Al-Taawoun won 2, drew 1, and lost 2 games in the last 5 games. So, and they sit on the 5th position. Now, if you to look at these two teams, Al-Taawoun got a upper hands of winning this game. But you know, with Saudi Pro, goals are always there, and sometimes they also like sharing points or a defeat by 2-0. So in this game, it's appropriate we shall go with over 1.5. So this is our first ticket for today. It's Brentford versus Arsenal. We gave, of course, over 1.5, or we can go the other way, Arsenal to win or draw, for those who may hope for that order. And then Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. We also guided Barcelona X2. Then Damac versus Al-Taawoun over 1.5. This is our first ticket for today. I say that we split them because some people cannot play all of them. Yes. And then the second ticket of the day, I say the choice is yours whether to put them together or to split them. But I've given you already. Then it's Den Bosch versus FC Eindhoven. Now we are back to Netherlands, and of course this game, I don't know what is happening to Den Bosch. In the last 5 games, they haven't registered any win. And this bother me. This is a team which is sitting on the top of their league and is actually struggling. 3 losses and 2 draws in the last 5 games. And FC Eindhoven, of course, won 3, lost 1, and draw actually 1 in the last 5 games. Now it's becoming unpredictable that they are conceding unnecessary goals. And of course, they lost momentum. They're not performing to the expectations. You look at their midfield, it looks dead and defined. So really, they're not pushing. I feel like they need to reshuffle this team for them to get back to the winning way. And of course, in this aspect, we can't trust them with a straight win. We shall go with over 1.5 to be separate, because a FC Eindhoven can even score goal against this Den Bosch. So that is my choice. The first and the second ticket. Then the third one goes to Denmark, of course, in Denmark, DBV, of course, Opokale, that is Aarhus versus Midtjylland. Now, Aarhus, right now, I can say it's doing quite well. If you're to look at their form, they won 4 matches in the last 5 games with 1 loss. And Midtjylland, of course, look at them. They won 3, drew 2. They haven't lost in the last 5 games. And these two teams have ever met. They met, of course, in the recent, like last 5 8-8 matches. Midtjylland won 2, and there were 3 draws. And remember, Aarhus has not beaten Midtjylland in the last 5 meetings. So it's going to be also a tricky game to trust them with anyone with a win. No, it's impossible, because you look at their forms, how they used even to score the different 2-0, 1-1. That one was a draw, and then you find that also 2-2, 0-0. So it makes it very difficult for us to go with a straight win. So in this case, we're going also with over 1.5 in this game, over 1.5 in the second. So the third game is Thun versus Lausanne, that is, of course, in Switzerland Super League. Now, I'm the person who normally don't overplay the game in Switzerland, but those teams, when they mean they have many games, of course, Young is coming up, and many games that we played yesterday, if you to look at, and some weren't, of course, with a big score. But all in all, Thun is, of course, doing very well. They sit on the first positions in the league with the 5 wins in the last 5 games. They're doing quite well. Then Lausanne, of course, sits on the 7th positions, and of course with only 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss, and of which exposes. But what baffled me, if you're to look at these two teams' form, uh, the two head-to-head meeting, each team won. And do you know how these two teams scored? The score, how it was. Thun, the first leg defeated, but that is 2-1, and which was very okay, and won that. Then Lausanne on the other leg as well, bet third 2-1. So it means that every side were able to score goals, and this as well just shows that really it's not going to be a easy game, and we expect goals, all of the team to register in the score sheet or to score, and as well also we expect in fact more than one goal from this game. So for us to be safe, let's just play today's safe game here. Two choices are here. 1 over 1.5, it fits this game because these two teams are good at scoring. Yes, they're good at scoring. Over 1.5. Then another options for someone who likes playing, you can guard also Thun, who can put 1x home team to win or to draw. Those are the two options I can give you. If some of you look at the hold and say this hold is less, it's not a big, so you hope for the bigger one, you can choose to go with a home team to win or draw. But my choice for this game is over 1.5, and these are my predictions, of course, for this today. Remember, today there are no many games. Games are there, but most of the games, like of course, the FA, it's there, and of which Chelsea would be playing Al City, and many other teams. Of course, we got England Championship, which are loading up, and others, of course, in Bundesliga and Syria, so they are available tomorrow, and that is where we'll give you free tickets, 9 games for today. Let's manage this because there are other tricky games loading up that 4 of them will be dropping, of course, on my also TikTok account, and you add on this, and then let's move on as we wait for weekends. Weekends going to be a very interesting one, and let's wait and enjoy the Arsenal game today versus Brentford, and also Barcelona versus with Atletico Madrid. We see the results and the outcome, how it would be, and we always say winners never quit. Please, thank you so much. The newcomers, you're welcome. This is Etap Sports Xtra. So I told you, for any VIP or for any special that you need, please feel free, and of course contact that. The number is always there, and of course on my TikTok you'll find it on the bio. There's a number in case you want to talk to me privately, so that is actually available. You're most welcome. Feel free. You have in the home the winning team. Winners never quit. All the best for today. Best of luck and congs. And also, not only congs to them, I wish Arsenal fan the best. Yes.